Today on Monkey Life, Alison is in Liverpool to rescue a baby marmoset.
The fact that he's being kept in a small hamster cage is just ridiculous.
There's tension at the siamang house when Sam finally meets new mate Sasak.
I think we all want to get out of here now because he's getting upset.
And Oshine shows the other orangs who's boss. Monkey World in Dorset is the largest sanctuary of its kind on the planet.
Here we go.
The team, led by Dr. Alison Cronin, rescue and rehabilitate unwanted and abused primates from all over the world.
They're all going to have a chance to live proper lives again. Perfect.
The park is home to more than 240 monkeys and apes. The aim is to give them as natural a life as possible. In the UK, it's not against the law to keep primates as pets. But a lot of people who have monkeys don't know how to look after them. The park rehomes as many as it can. Some, like Kaya the lemur, or squirrel monkey Fidget, had owners who simply couldn't cope when the primate's natural instincts left them frustrated and aggressive. Others, like capuchin monkey Gizmo, were confiscated after being found living in appalling conditions. And then there are those who have suffered at the hands of dealers, who benefit hugely from trading in primates. Alison is often called out in cases like these. Today she's in Liverpool because someone has reported seeing a baby marmoset for sale in a pet shop living in a tiny hamster cage.
There is a legalized pet trade in exotic animals in Britain today. Primates feature quite a lot in this quote-unquote legal trade, but you know, most often I find that the animals are suffering and often fall short of the law in terms of the animal welfare bills that protect wild animals in this country. And often the dealers get so greedy that they simply start mass-producing animals, often without the appropriate paperwork, and then fall foul of the law in terms of the legalities of permits required.
An officer from Merseyside Police went undercover to the pet shop to confirm the story about the marmoset and discovered the owner didn't have the appropriate licence to sell it. The police are now planning to go back to the shop to seize the marmoset and have asked Monkey World for help.
Obviously, the situation that we have, if we arrive there and we find that there are primates that need to be seized to secure their safety, then they're the experts. I don't want to be doing that myself because I wouldn't know where to start.
Armed with a warrant, the officers arrive at the shop. The sting involving Alison, the police and the RSPCA has been dubbed Operation Solomon. The owner has to let the police in, but not our camera crew. Half an hour later, they emerge from the shop. They've had a shock. The marmoset Rachel had seen wasn't there, but they did find something else.
What we did find was a body in the freezer. It's not good news. I haven't undone it to see if it's the infant, if it's an adult, what it is. All I know is that I've got a small primate in a bag in the ice now that I'm taking back to the park and we'll post-mortem and identify. We're now going over to the chap's house. He's admitted he's got at least one other primate, if not more, at the house. One dead so far, and we'll see what else we can save out of this nightmare.
The RSPCA accompany the police on raids like this because they're never sure exactly what they're going to discover. At the house, the team find the baby marmoset, along with 4 others. But the owner claims he's keeping them as pets, which isn't illegal. However, Alison is worried about the welfare of the monkeys.
You talk us through your concerns.
Yeah.
And then we'll make a decision on what we need to do next. And if some of your concerns make us think that a veterinary surgeon should be called down to give us that certification for those animals to be removed, then we'll do that.
Yeah.
It's a tricky situation because the team can't prove the monkeys are being sold or kept illegally. They have to tread carefully to keep within the law.
Even if this is meant to supposedly be temporary, you don't get the animals ahead of... I mean, that all might be very nice and acceptable someday, but what I'm seeing right now is not.
Alison's concerned about the way the owner feeds the marmoset. She's seen him syringing food straight into the monkey's mouth, rather than letting the marmoset lick the syringe himself. This is dangerous because it could cause the monkey to inhale the food. Rachel decides they can confiscate this marmoset because of its inadequate housing in a hamster cage and because of fears for its safety.
All right, let's get him into the warm.
We have removed a baby marmoset due to concerns on two bases. We believe that there may be issues around the manner in which it's been fed, and secondly, the primary reason for seizing that primate was that we do believe at this time it has been offered for sale in an unlicensed premises.
You're all right, little man.
Unfortunately, they have no grounds to confiscate the other 4 marmosets. Alison is worried about their living conditions, but the RSPCA say they'll caution the owner and give him 24 hours to clean up his act. So for now, it's just one marmoset who's on the way to a new family and a new life at Monkey World. In Dorset, staff are preparing a special treat at the orang nursery. They're filling a large barrel full of surprises. As well as wood wool and footballs, there are plenty of snacks for the orangs. But the staff have a cunning plan. They're also adding olive oil.
The problem they have is that they get very dry skin in their hands and feet. In their natural habitat, it's much more humid, and apart here, especially in winter with the heating on, their skin just gets so dry.
The oil will help keep the orang's skin supple and their hair in good condition.
They have to feed their hands through the holes and go around, fiddle around with the footballs to get their food, so when they take the hands out, they're all oily. The only thing is that they make a mess everywhere because obviously they get very, very oily, so they go to the windows and they get everything oily.
Whenever there's food around, Oshine is straight in there. And these days, baby Sylvester is never far behind. Oshine doesn't exert herself unless she needs to, but she soon realises it's worth the effort and manages to hog the barrel.
Obviously, Oshine is more dominant than the girls. It's her barrel, and then when she has enough, then all the girls can have a go.
Oshine does allow Sylvester to have a few scraps, but when Linga tries her luck, she shoos her away. However, with her back turned, clever Dinda manages to sneak an oily grape without Oshine noticing. Bolstered by Dinda's success, Linga and Jolie join her for a joint attack, but Oshine isn't going to be caught out again. However, all good things come to those who wait. And in her eagerness to get at the goodies, Oshine loses her grip. Leaving the way clear for Sylvester to help himself. The girls are quick to take advantage of the situation too. Mission accomplished. They've all got greasy hands, and Oshine makes sure none of the oil goes to waste. Alison is on her way back to the park with the baby marmoset she rescued during a police raid in Liverpool. After a couple of hours, she stops to check on him.
Come on, little boy. There you go. He's actually very mobile, and that was part of the problem that we were discussing there on site. is that whether the guy's been given advice or not on how to do that, the fact that he's being kept in a small hamster cage is just ridiculous. He's having to splay his legs out sideways to crawl over the top of the box, which is what he wants to do. And it's just appalling. I mean, anybody can look at this and see that this is simply appalling.
Alison is upset that she's had to leave the other marmosets in Liverpool.
Breaks my heart that I've had to leave behind a pair of very young adolescent Jeffroy's marmosets. And sat on top of their cage on the floor is in a tiny plastic carrier box a pair of still sort of adolescent common marmosets. Very concerned that those two pairs of marmosets don't actually stand very much of a chance of survival at all. We'll see. Hopefully this little guy will be able to live at the rest of his days with ours at Monkey World. I'm really sort of quite excited and pleased for him now. Hopefully tomorrow will be a new day for this little lad and he'll be able to live like a marmoset again.
Siamang gibbon Sasak has spent her first night at Monkey World. She's been brought over from Dublin Zoo as a partner for Sam.
She's going to be probably feeling a little bit lonely and a little bit unsure. You know, it's all new faces, it's a new environment, but it's important to make her realise that, you know, this isn't going to be it for her. We're not going to keep her on her own. We have got a partner lined up, so we need to get Sam down here and do the initial assessment, really, of how they're going to take to each other and whether they're going to get on.
Animal director Jeremy Keeling and the gibbon team head down to Sam's enclosure to collect him.
It's really exciting and it's really the perfect outcome for Sam. I mean, obviously, when we started the search for a companion for Sam, the ideal would have been a female that was similar in age, and that's exactly what we've got. And he's such a sweet-natured male that I think he will put Sasak at ease. And if she is feeling a bit shy and a bit overwhelmed, hopefully Sam will make everything better.
The plan is to move Sam to the house where Sasak is, because it's more suitable for introductions.
It's all right, mate. No, don't do anything silly now, Sam.
You don't know.
All right, Sam. Calm down, buddy.
While they're getting to know each other, Sam's tree-filled enclosure will be updated and the fences secured, so they can both then move back.
Sam, it's all right, buddy. Come on, mate. It's all right. Well done, Sam.
It's the thing that's so fascinating about animal management is that you don't know what he'll make of Sasak. We do know that Sam's quite an easygoing male and he's very accommodating, and he obviously has missed the company of Sage and his son. So I think he's going to be glad to see another siamang.
Sasak is blissfully unaware she's about to have company.
Come on then, Sam. Hey, oh, like lightning.
They've put Sam in the bedrooms opposite Sasak so that they can see each other but can't have any contact for the time being.
Hey, Sasak, who's this come to say hi?
The two gibbons seem to be getting agitated, so Jeremy decides to leave them alone.
I think we all want to get out of here now because he's getting upset.
Sam shot straight into the house, so I think he was relieved to be out of the box so soon. And he's a bit frantic at the moment, actually. He's moving around and just getting his bearings, and I think, actually, he didn't even notice Sasak for the first few minutes. But I think he's clocked her now, and he's just really getting to know the space. So we'll let them calm down, but I don't think we'll do anything today. We'll just let them settle down, and then maybe they can meet tomorrow morning.
It's unusually calm at the chimp nursery. Young Rodders is playing on his own. And Ash is fairly quiet too. But all that is about to change. Staff are constantly coming up with ways to keep the group entertained and make them work for their treats.
In here we're just some plain pillowcases. We've put some straw and some exciting scatter items, and they've got like a prize whole fruit. So in this one we've got got a pear, but some of them have apples and some nice things inside. We like to try and vary the types of enrichment. This one's really quite successful in that they have to first of all, they have to open the knot to get to open the pillowcase, and then obviously there's straw in there, so they've got to filter through the straw to get to the scatter items, and then the bonus is they find the whole fruit as well, so it's lots of complicated things just to keep them busy, really. When we throw them out, obviously, it's a bit of a free-for-all because everyone will try and grab as many as they can. It's usually just Ash and Bryan that have to sort of do a bit more running.
As predicted, leader Sally immediately starts claiming the pillowcases, as does second-in-command Lulu. Being the dominant chimps, they're always first in line when there's food around. Bryan is keen to get his hands on one, but Sally's keeping a tight hold on hers. He then tries his luck with Lulu, but she isn't interested in sharing either. She may only have one arm, but that hasn't stopped her grabbing more than her fair share. Rodders has managed to acquire one, but to his disappointment, it's empty. Bryan then comes across another pillowcase, but realises all those treats have gone too. Desperate to get a piece of the action, he pursues first Lulu, then Sally. Ash isn't faring any better. The three youngsters have definitely come off worse today. Although Bryan's perseverance does pay off when he manages to steal Sally's leftovers. The baby marmoset Alison rescued from Liverpool during a police raid is getting used to its new surroundings.
Actually, on the journey back home yesterday, I got to know a little bit more about him. We think we know that we've got a little boy, and he got christened. So the name of the police operation yesterday was Solomon. So if indeed he's a little boy, he's been christened Solomon, so now at least we've got somebody to refer to. And, you know, his eating habits we're getting to learn about, and that is the critical bit about what happens to him in terms of his future right now. Marmosets are primarily what's called exudate feeders. So what that means is that they gouge tree bark and then lick up the sap that comes flowing out of trees in the wild. So for me, an animal this size and based upon the way an adult marmoset would eat, letting him lick from a dropper is the best way forward, because that's how he will continue to eat any liquid foods that we provide him into the future.
Alison thinks Solomon is about 10 weeks old now. He's had a traumatic life so far, being taken away from his mum. And a post-mortem on the monkey found in the freezer at the pet shop has confirmed that it was probably Solomon's twin.
I think he's more than ready to go and join one of our groups of marmosets here at the park. He's very bright, he's very active, he's quite coordinated. He's at the point where he really needs attention of other marmosets rather than human beings. It's the perfect time. It's critical for his development that he get with other marmosets at this stage in his life, and I think he's just such a lovely little chap that they're all gonna love him just as much as we do.
There are 12 marmosets at the park. Staff have decided to put Solomon in with Gabby. They're hoping she might act as a foster mum. Solomon is scared. He's been kept in the hamster cage for so long, he doesn't want to come out.
Solomon! Come on, little man. Should we let Gabby in? What do you think?
And see what she does. Might encourage him to come out and see what she is.
Yeah.
Gabby enters but keeps her distance, allowing Solomon to approach her.
Yeah.
He latches on and has no intention of letting go.
Little Solomon's only been with us less than, well, only about 12 hours or something like that now, and not only has he been christened, but we've given him an adult female to go with. They sniffed each other once or twice, and he just went, like, launched at her and grabbed hold of her in a vice, and you can still see his little muscles flexing and his heart beating on his side, and he's got her almost in a headlock. And clearly all of that instinct to be with his mother and to be with other marmosets is just so strong that he's now not gonna let go of Gabby. And it's just, you know, it could almost make me cry, but at the same time I'm really happy that, like, he's sorted right now. He needs to understand that she's not going anywhere, we're not gonna take him away, and that he can relax and have little scampers off of her. I'm really pleased that she hasn't turned aggressive towards him. I think this will all calm down in about an hour or so. Oh, isn't that lovely? Little two faces side by side. He's just nuzzling up against her and loving her to bits. It's fantastic. Really lovely.
It's a happy ending for Solomon, but not for the other 4 marmosets Alison discovered at the house in Liverpool. When the RSPCA went to check on them the next day, they disappeared. Solomon's owner was taken to court and banned for life from ever keeping a pet shop or trading in animals again.